Let's take a look at some HR trends. There are some major trends affecting human resource management. The first is understanding the modern labor force, including trends that are determining who will participate in the workforce in the future. The next is an exploration of the ways HR can support a number of trends in organizational strategy, from efforts to maintain high-performance work systems to an increased emphasis on teamwork and empowerment. Often, growth includes the use of human resources on a global scale, as more and more organizations hire immigrants or open operations overseas. There are also major changes in technology, especially the role of the internet, which is changing organizations themselves, as well as providing new ways to carry out HR management. Finally, the nature of employment relationships are changing. Careers and jobs are becoming more flexible. The term labor force is a general way to refer to all people willing and able to work. For an organization, the internal labor force consists of the organization's workers, its employees, and the people who have contracts to work in the organization. This internal labor force has been drawn from the organization's external labor market, that is, individuals who are actively seeking employment. Human resource professionals need to be aware of trends in the composition of the external labor market because these trends affect the organization's options for creating a well-skilled, motivated internal labor force. In the United States, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, or the BLS, is an agency of the Department of Labor, which tracks changes in the composition of U.S. labor force and forecasts employment trends. The BLS has projected that from 2016 to 2026, the total U.S. civilian labor force will grow from 156 million to 168 million workers. The 2026 workforce is expected to be 76% white, 13% African American, and 11% Asian and other minorities. The fastest growing of these categories are Asian and other groups because of their rates of immigration to the United States. Along with greater racial and ethnic diversity, there's also greater gender diversity. More women today than in the past are in the paid labor force. Between 2016 and 2026, women's share of the labor force is expected to remain around 47%. Employers will have to ensure that employees in HR systems are free of bias and value the perspective and experience of women and minorities can contribute to organizational goals such as product quality and customer service. Today's employees must be able to handle a variety of responsibilities, interact with customers, and think creatively. HR plays an important role in helping organizations becoming high-performing work systems. As the nature of the workforce and technology available to organizations has changed, so have the requirements for creating a high-performance work system. Customers are demanding high-quality and customized products. Employees are seeking flexible work arrangements, and employers are looking for ways to tap people's creativity and interpersonal skill. Such demands require that organizations make full use of their people's knowledge and skills, and skilled human resource management can help the organization do this. Research shows that if employees have a favorable view of HR practices, career opportunities, training, pay, and feedback on performance, they're more likely to provide good service to customers. To meet human capital needs, organizations increasingly are trying to attract, develop, and retain knowledge workers. Knowledge workers are employees whose main contribution to the organization is specialized knowledge, like knowledge of customers, a process, or a profession. To completely benefit from employees' knowledge, organizations need a management style that focuses on developing and empowering employees. Employees at all levels must be encouraged to share their ideas. Jobs must be designed to give employees the necessary latitude for making a variety of decisions, and employees must be properly trained, rewarded, and managed to be engaged in their work. One of the most popular ways to increase employee responsibility and control is to assign work to teams. Teamwork can motivate employees by making work more interesting and significant. Managers today are beginning to see a more central role for human resource management. They're looking at HRM as a means to support a company's strategy, its plans for meeting broad goals such as profitability, quality, and market share. This strategic role for HRM has evolved gradually. This means they use their knowledge of the business and human resources to help the organization develop strategies and to align HRM policy and practices with those strategies. Strategic issues include emphasis on quality and decisions about growth and efficiency. Human resource management supports cost control both by helping the organization use human resources more effectively and efficiently and by making HRM processes as efficient as possible themselves. Rapidly changing customer needs and technology have caused many organizations to rethink the way they get work done. Many organizations have undertaken reengineering, a complete review of the organization's critical work process to make them more efficient and able to deliver a higher quality. Companies are finding that to survive, they must compete in international markets as well as fend off foreign competitors' attempts to gain ground in the United States. This global expansion can pose some challenges for human resource management as HR employees learn about cultural differences that shape the conduct of employees in other parts of the world. Besides hiring an international workforce, organizations must be prepared to send employees to other countries. This requires HR expertise in selecting employees for international assignment and preparing them for those assignments. Advances in computer technology have had major impact on the use of information for managing HR. Decision makers can easily obtain large quantities of data and manipulate it with spreadsheets and statistical software. Many organizations have an HRIS, or Human Resource Management System, which is a computer system used to acquire, store, manipulate, analyze, retrieve, and distribute information related to an organization's human resources. An HRIS can support strategic decision-making, help the organization avoid lawsuits, provide data for evaluating programs or policies, and support day-to-day operation. The key advantage of investing in an HRIS is that it helps HR professionals think strategically. As organizations plan, implement, and change strategies, decision makers must be prepared to have the right talent in place at all levels. Organizations must ensure that it has sufficient security measures in place to protect employees' private data housed in an HRIS. Applied to human resource management, the use of computers to analyze large amounts of data and offer information to guide decisions is often called people analytics. Today, HR employees play a small role in maintaining records, and employees now get information through self-service. Today, employees routinely look up workplace policies and information about their benefits online. A growing number of companies are combining employee self-service with management self-service, such as the ability to go online to authorize pay increases, approve expenses, and transfer employees to new positions. Organizations may create an HR dashboard or display how the company is performing on specific HR metrics. Technology and other changes are most likely to succeed in flexible, forward-thinking organizations. Employees who thrive in such organizations need to be flexible and open to change. In this environment, employers and employees have begun to reshape the employment relationship. We can think of that relationship in terms of the psychological contract, a description of what an employee expects to and what the employer will provide to the employee in exchange. In the traditional version of this psychological contract, organizations expected their employees to contribute time, effort, skills, abilities, and loyalty. In return, the organization provided job security and opportunities for promotion. Today, companies expect employees to take more responsibility for their own career. In exchange for top performance, employees want companies to provide flexible schedules and comfortable working conditions. The percentage of employees who belong to unions has been declining since the 1980s. Outside of government agencies, fewer U.S. workers today are union members. From the organization's perspective, the key to survival in a fast-changing environment is flexibility. Flexibility in human resource management includes flexible staffing levels and flexible work schedules. The globalization of the world economy and the development of e-commerce have made the notion of a 40-hour work week obsolete. As a result, companies need to be staffed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Employers are using flexible schedules to recruit and retain employees and to increase satisfaction and productivity.